Let's take a quick look at how to set up a conference with Big Blue Button. So I am in the Moodle shell here in the Moodle Playroom for Big Blue Button, and this would be the same in any of your Moodle courses. When I want to add a conference or a virtual classroom, I can click on that Add Activity or Resource button. I've got my editing on, and I'm going to click on the Activity Big Blue button. So just like I would add any other activity in Moodle. So, for example, if I was wanting to create a conference for the adult department meetings, I want to go ahead and give my conference a name, the virtual classroom a name. Okay. Under the send notification, there's a little button to show more. So there's a few other settings that I could add to this conference. So I can put a description in. I can add a welcome message. I might want to say welcome everyone. If you imagine how you might use this for a virtual classroom for students, your welcome message could have some important information about what they need to get ready before the lesson starts. Any kind of information that you think is relevant could be put into that welcome message. I've got the option to click on Wait for Moderator, which means that the conference wouldn't start until the moderator, myself as a teacher, is present. You can click on the setting that the session can be recorded. And some of these we have to look at a little bit more. Send notification. If I click on this, any changes that I make to this conference, a notification would be sent to any users that were put in under participants. If I go to participants here, right now the default is setting it to all users that are in this Moodle shell are participants, and so I could change that if I wanted to. I could get rid of that if I just wanted to put specific users in to allow specific users to access that. I could come up here and add participant. I'm going to say add user, and then I can go ahead and add any members of my department or anybody that I want to be able to access this conference. Or I can leave it as all users so that anybody could go in and access this conference. Here beside each user's name I can set their role, so I can have them as a viewer or a moderator. I can make everybody a moderator if I would like to. There is a schedule option, so if I want this to be a long-term room where I can go in at any time, then I want to leave this disabled. I don't want to enable any time frame. But if you were using this for a classroom or for a virtual classroom or lesson, you might want to set a time when the conference or the lesson would become available and when it would close. The common module settings is similar to any other activity in Moodle. So whether I want this to be hidden or shown, if I want to include groups. Restrict access, again, is the same. So we might want, for this particular reason that I'm using it for a department meeting, I probably wouldn't want to add any kind of restrictions there, but you could add any of the restrictions that we can normally add for any Moodle activity. And then under activity completion, again, I can have, I could set a date there, for example, if it was a lesson. I can have a check mark beside it, or in this case, I'll just say do not indicate activity completion. So this just gives, if you go ahead and set up just for play, if you want to create a conference, you can just go ahead and create one, and the default right now would be that everybody could access it, but just gives you an idea of some of the settings that you could set when you create it. And so when I'm all done, I can go save and display or save and return to the course. When I click save and display, we can see what it looks like when a user clicks on that Big Blue Button conference, and it gives them the option to join the session. If it had a window of a time frame when this was available, then it wouldn't say you can join the session now. It would tell us when the session was available.